Hello everyone, today I'm here to share with you my February TBR. So, I know a couple weeks ago I did my contemporaryathon TBR, which is actually happening the second week of February. I forget, I think it's like the 13th through the 19th, something of that nature. It'll be all the books I'm reading outside of the contemporaryathon. If you're interested in seeing what I'm reading particularly for the contemporaryathon, I will link that video right here and down below as well. So these are going to be all the books that I'm reading that are not during the contemporaryathon week. So I think I have only like 5. I think I'm going to pull some from my TBR jar for the first time, so that'll be fun. But yeah, for February, I'm reading a lot of contemporaries, a lot of romance because it's February. I love that. That's what I want to do, so that's what I'm doing. So the first book I'm planning to read is Fame, Fate, and the First Kiss by Casey West. This is the newest Casey West book. This is about this girl that wants to be an actress, and she becomes an actress, and she's like starring in a movie with one of her favorite actors and like one of her crushes, and then she is also failing high school, so her dad has hired this tutor to help her out, and I think she falls in love with the tutor. I think that's what it's about. I don't know, honestly. I don't need to know what Casey West books are about. Usually they're super cute, super fluffy, super romantic, and I eat them up. It's like I just love them so much. Like, it's a guilty pleasure, I guess you could say. Another book I would like to read, which doesn't come out till March, so I'm trying to get ahead of ARCs this year. I want to read them a little bit ahead of time. And that is Small Town Hearts by Lily Vale. I love the cover of this, by the way. It's like a little piece of pie and a coffee cup. It's beautiful. This is about a girl named Babe, which I love. Babe is fresh out of high school. She loves living in her lighthouse home, and then she also lives in Maine, which I have this weird obsession with Maine. Like, I am obsessed with shows that take place in Maine, with books that take place in Maine. I think if I went to Maine, I wouldn't move back. I just love a lot about Maine for some reason. I think it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what it is about Maine. I love it so much. So she lives in Maine, and she works at this place called the Busy Bean, which is a coffee shop. And she's been really worrying about how her life's going to change when college hits, because her and her best friends are splitting up for college in the fall. And then she starts to have feelings for this guy named Levi, who is a cute artist that's spending all of his time in the Busy Bean. And then all of a sudden her ex-girlfriend resurfaces, and so there's a complication. So I don't know if this is going to be like a love triangle type of book or just maybe different. I don't know, but it sounds adorable. I love books that where they're set in like a really sleepy kind of beachy, but Maine's not beachy. I would say it's more like seafront coastal type of town. And when they're working at coffee shops, like, I don't know why I am drawn to those books so much. So I'm hoping to love this one. I'm not sure if it's her debut novel, but that would be great if it is. The next book I want to read, forgive me, the books upstairs, is The Heart and the Body in the World by Deb Coletti. I've had this book on my TBR multiple months, and I've started it and I've already really enjoyed it, but for some reason I cannot push myself to read it more. I think it's because I know it's heart-wrenching, and I know it's going to be even more heart-wrenching the more I get into the book. So this book is definitely a sad one. It's about a girl named Annabelle, and she is a runner, and something has happened in her life. You don't know as a reader quite yet. I think the events of what has happened to her unfolds as the book unfolds, and she decides to run all the way from, I forget where she's from. She runs from Seattle to Washington, D.C. to make a difference, to make a change because of this event that has happened in her life that was very traumatic and things like that. So I have heard amazing things about this book, but it's also very underrated on BookTube, but the stuff I've heard about it is phenomenal. So this is like the 3rd time it's showing up on my TBR, and I am determined to read it this month. It is happening. Like, I am making it happen. No longer shall it sit on my TBR shelf. The last book I plan to read, or reread shall I say, before I get into my TBR jar picks, is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. So I'm planning to read, spoiler warning, you already know this already, Sally Thorne's new book for the contemporaryathon, but I really wanted to reread this one because I just love and adore it so much, and I haven't reread it yet. This is a great hate to love trope type of book if you're interested in that. It's an adult chick lit book about Lucy and Josh, who are working as assistants for low like CEOs, and basically there's one job that's coming up, and they're both vying for the job, and they have to, you know, compete against each other, but it's also got a really slow burning hate to love romance in here that I just love. So I want to reread it because it's romantic, it's adorable, and I really want to reread it, honestly. I want to reread more books this year. So that was what, 4 books I want to read, and now I think I'm going to pull 3 books out of this TBR jar. So I believe that Chelsea over at Chelsea Darling Reads pulls out 3 every single month, and she really only makes herself read 2 of them. So I think I might follow that as well, because I don't want to pick out 3 and have to read all 3 of them. I want to have a little bit of leeway. So yay. I want to say there's like maybe only 40 in here, so not a ton. So we're just gonna have to see. What I have is, oh yay, Intercepted by Alexa Martin. Yes, that works out perfectly. So this is Intercepted. This is the first book, and I don't know what series it's called, but I'm planning to read Fumbled for the Contemporaryathon, which was the sequel to this one, or a companion novel. And I was like, maybe I should read Intercepted. Now I definitely can, so I could read the first book, and then I could read the sequel for the Contemporaryathon as planned. Yes, I love when that works out like that. I swear I didn't have that rigged. So this is great. Only it's February, you know, Valentine's month. It's also Black History Month. So I definitely, both of these books in this series feature an African-American woman in it. So I'm very, very excited to read it. This one is a football romance about a girl named Marley, who is the perfect girlfriend, and she dates this NFL star guy, and then she discovers that he is cheating on her, so she decides to cheat on him back, I think, or something of that nature. Either way, I've heard really, really good things about this, so I am so pumped I picked this one. This will be going in the definitely read pile, for sure. The next one I have, it's going to be a fantasy. I feel it. Oh, this is, I swear I am not planning this at all. So the one I pulled was Black Enough, which is great because it is this book right here. This is Stories of Being Young and Black in America. It's edited by E.B. Savoy, and it's got a whole bunch of African-American authors that are contributing. So it's a young adult anthology. So that is awesome. Like, the fates are telling me that it's Black History Month, and yes, I get to read 3 books. Like, I'm reading this one, and then also Fumbled, so that is awesome. I'm very happy with that. I will pull a 3rd one out. Maybe I'm feeling froggy and want to read the 3rd one, or maybe I'll just be the one I'll glaze over. I don't know. The 3rd one I pulled is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. I put these in here, and I've already read Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. I read it last month sporadically. I loved it, so that can leave the TBR jar. That's a really good feeling. Should I keep that my 3rd pick? I don't know. Then I will have The Book Thief. Oh, great. I knew that was going to happen. The Book Thief. Okay, well, here we are. I think this is probably a good month to read it, though. It's the winter months when not a lot's happening, and it's desolate outside, so you read a sad as crap book and a thick book. So, yay. Here we go. These are my 3 TBR picks. I could read 2 of these, or I could read 3 of these. I think I'm really going to try 3 of these, because I think I for sure read these 2, and at least I want to get halfway. So you guys know, this is officially on my TBR, so give me all the comments you want, because I know people beat me up for not reading it. It's happening this month. I'm reading it. Thanks a lot, TBR jar. I will say, though, that's cool that I've read my 2 most, like, the 2 books that have been on my TBR the longest are Carry On and The Book Thief, and I'm knocking them out the first 2 months of the year, so that feels good, I'm not gonna lie. So those are all the books I'm reading for February. If you want to hear what I'm reading in the Contemporaryathon, like I said, the video will be linked here and down below for you to go check out and see what books I'm reading for all the week of love. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.